Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to do kind of like a live commentary, playing some jungle Rampage, where I kind of go through all of my thoughts and decision making. I like doing these kinds of videos. They're really simple. We're going to go ahead with the early smite. We use our E and just go ahead and dive into doing damage to this camp here. So this can serve as like a little bit of a guide for Rampage, but also just like a little bit of macro play. You can see me kind of walking my way back to the edge of the ledge here. Go ahead and pick up our Q, and we're either going to look for a gank here or look for an invade. So let's take a look and see what we can find. Okay, it looks like they're backing up, so we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and invade. We do have wards on us. Grab our rock, throw it at the ground here. You can hold the smite on this. Yeah, oh, very interesting. Yeah, you can hold the smite there. Very interesting decision. You can hold the smite. I'm gonna go gank the mid. Careful. Alright, we're gonna pull our rock. Ah, missed that one there. Alright, so we're gonna then back up. Now we're gonna cross over, drop a ward for our mid here, and maybe even look for another gank really quickly. Now you can go more farm heavy, you can go more gank heavy. It's really just up to you how you want to play. We'll throw that rock, and then we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this guy's jungle. Okay, so we're gonna go run into my blue side now. So I'm trying to be a little bit gank heavy here. We'll drop a ward for him, but this could get me out farmed a little bit, and you just have to kind of budget for that, right? Like, you have to know that it's potential that I'm gonna get out farmed a little bit. We'll check to see if he took my blue. He did not. So while I'm not sure where their Rampage is, I do know that he hasn't invaded me, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my blue. That's decent. I haven't seen him gank yet, so he's probably just doing like a really big full clear. Really big full clear. Looks like my steal is getting cyan. Actually, I'm gonna pinch in on him because I see the Grux stepping up for him. Alright, now we're on the Grux. Got my rock, got the stun, and there's our kill. So just trying to keep your awareness up when you can. I think I see the Rampage back there. Did I see the Rampage back there? I think I did. Alright. Alright, not bad, not bad. Now, as far as the build goes today, I am not a huge fan of the changes to Leviathan, so I think that I am going to cut that item from my build, because I do not think that it's very good anymore, because it takes forever to stack, and we're going to go straight into a Brimstone for the Fire Blossom. Now, this is one of the only health items that I really like for, or like tanky items that I really like for Rampage, that does not have health regen on it, so put up another point in our E. I like to kind of max up E and Q together. You can really like get some good stun, but also good damage off of your E. So like you can max up your Q a little bit if you really want to go just for the stuns. Max up the E for a little bit of clear damage, and honestly, you don't really need too many points in the E. So I'll probably put a lot more points in my Q. Now I'm still on wards for now. I didn't want to go ahead and grab sweepers because a little bit early for me to try to rip the. Ooh. Okay, so they know that that's warded. It's a little bit early for me to try to rip the Fang Tooth, but what I can do, we can grab this since it's up, and we can look for a gank on the Bellica, and then I can use my next ward to throw onto the Fang Tooth. Okay. Ooh, got her blink. Okay, her blink is down at 526, so we know that comes back at 1026, so we can try to cycle back a gank around for that. And for now, we can look to invade a little bit of jungle. We do have one smite up, so we can probably circle right back around on the Bellica. Re-ganking a lane is really strong. Okay, we got the Rampage there. I just saw his red buff is back up as well. We might even be able to dive this. Okay, not gonna land there. With his red buff up, I see the Rampage is re-ganking, and I'm hoping that our Countess can get out. Nice, he gets the kill on the Belka, and then he's got the attention of the Rampage, so I can go for a gank or an invade. The thing about invading is now I have his timer on this buff, so I know when this thing's coming back up. You know, I know when this thing is coming back up. And honestly, I could even look to gank. Could even look to gank here. Okay. Don't have a rock just yet. He is going to jump away. And dead. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. We might even go check his blue buff while he's down, because this is a good opportunity for me to get more pressure in his jungle. So look, his blue buff is up. I have 2 smites right now, or 2 hunt charges. So I can take a lot of his jungle here, maybe even look for a gank as well. Now, I'm not a huge fan of ripping Fangtooths too early. If you have a nice team effort, then that can definitely work for you. But definitely not something I want to overly pressure too much. So we're going to go ahead and get this. Yep. Y'all know what's going on here. Y'all know what's going on here. I don't even need to say anything. What I'd like to do is, I did use one of my wards earlier, so I'm not going to be able to get that. But I'm going to go ahead and base here, and I'm going to run straight back out here. I don't have quite enough to finish the Fire Blossom. We're going to go ahead and swap to Sentries. And now we're back out on field. But now I can sweep for wards with my Sentries. And we are going to look to maybe get this red buff, because this is going to put me at level 6. Hopefully they don't die here in the side lane. I'm going ahead and use one of our smites here, because I just need one of them. Okay. Grab our ultimate. And now we're going to start sweeping and trying to put some pressure on this right side of the map. Okay, so we sweep. Look, it looks like she's taking a little bit of damage. Honestly, I probably can take this at level 6. Any wards here? Oh, missed the stun on the Drongo, unfortunately. But we'll go ahead and push him out. Doesn't have any mana, so we'll jump ahead of him. Go for the body block. Run for the body. Okay, that's... Okay, so 1346 on his blink. I'm going to go ahead and ping Fangtooth. While the Rampage is on our Countess and it looks like he's ulting, I think he's going to be a little bit tied up. So I could call for a ping on this. We can go ahead and do this again. Your smite's going to do 500 jungle damage, or 500 damage on the camp. So we're going to go ahead and get this first one here. We want to have our smite, our wild hunt ready for whenever it's getting close to 500, right there. Okay, I was even a little bit late too. Okay, so she ults away, no big deal. Got the Drongo here. Very nice. And if this is up, I will take it. And try to coordinate and leave that for the mid laner a little bit, but not too much. Alright, let's go get a gank on our side lane. We're going to sweep our way over there, see if there's any wards that the mid laner may have left or that the side lane may have left. And then we actually can see the map and can see that there's a red buff coming up as well. So, alright, and get a stun there. Big ult from the steal. I think this is definitely dive worthy. Well done, well done. Now we can push this lane up with the Rampage, and while you don't need to steal the farm from the Rampage per se, you can help and put some big tower damage in. So we're gonna get some good tower damage in here. Again, looking at the map, I can see that the red buff is coming back up. So as a jungler, you're just kind of always like looking at what is the next play, right? All right, so look, I helped there a little bit. Now I'm gonna go for the red buff. So is he on his red buff? Yes, he is. Okay, we fight him a little bit, and then I go for the red buff. I do have one smite. We do go for this red buff here. We're just going to kind of keep him where we want him, you know? Actually, I'm going to try to get this uninterrupted. Be a little greedy on it. Okay, cool. Body block, body block. Body block, body block. Cool. Now, I mean, even if we don't get the kill here, we just ruined his life, and I can see that his blue buff is coming up. So right now, I'm kind of in this really, really aggressive position where I'm just completely dominating and controlling his game. So we're going to run over here, and we're going to go straight for his blue buff, maybe into a duo lane gank. Now, I'm a little bit on the field for a long time, and I'm not a huge fan of doing this, but we have a really strong advantage over this guy right now. So we're going to take this. I'm not going to throw my rock because I don't want it to be on cooldown. And we're going to go for a duo lane gank. We're going to sweep. So I know if they have a ward. No ward. Get the stun on him. That's a Drongo kill. Very nicely done. And we'll go for the gold buff. I might even just take this. I don't think they'll mind. If the Murdoch comes forth, then I let the Murdoch have it for sure. Wait, I think I got it on my Fire Blossom. Okay, so we go Fire Blossom. And this is just the build that I'm kind of working with right now. I'm going to go with Razorback or near War Boots. I like both. I'm going to go with Razorback. And then we want to start building some health regen. So we're going to go through the Stalwart Gauntlets for Raiment of Renewal. Again, I've mostly cut the Leviathan out of my build. It's a great item, but it just stacks way too slowly. And I don't want to invest in that. So there's other health regen items that are really, really good. Raiment being one of them. So now our starting like little short sword or whatever the hell it's called, you don't really have to build that into anything, but you can hold on to it just for the damage, so that's mostly what I'm doing. Alright. So we're putting lots of points in our queue right now. Got great clear time. We have about, I don't know, I could probably go get a mini prime and just go solo that by myself. Probably what I'm going to do. These mid-river buffs are up here soon. And honestly, that's looking kind of nice. Okay, we're going to double check this. Nice, well done. So we're going to go ahead and grab this mini prime. Step back, but I didn't do it fast enough. Honestly, I can go on ahead. Since I'm doing it solo, I can use both of my charges for this. So I use one hunt charge. Same thing. I'm not going to step back fast enough. That's fine. Gives me a reason to use my right click. Yeah, so... And my hunt's at 25 out of 40, so I do need to make sure that I'm farming. Alright. So we get that there. We're going to go ahead and base. We'll grab our Violet Brooch for the Raiment. We are a little bit low, but I do need to actually farm. It is important to farm. Okay, so I got about a minute. I'm looking at the Fang Tooth respawn timer. Got maybe about 45 seconds to a minute before it spawns, and I don't need to be there immediately. I would say in like really coordinated play, you do want to be there very early. But since this is kind of like solo queue, I'm just going to take my time a little bit, and I'm going to farm up. I don't think I can get my 40, or I don't think I can get my 40 monster kills for hunt, but I can get it a lot closer. So I also only have 30 I need 35 seconds for my ward or my hunt to come back up. So all right, we're at 31 at a hunt, and we're gonna make our way over there because I do have a couple sweepers or sentries. Sorry, I call them sweepers. I have a couple of sentries that I can use. Yeah, I'm not gonna get the hunt, so it's another 500 hunt, which is totally fine. We're gonna sentry out. So now we're looking for wards. We're looking for any kind of vision. Drongo's dead. If there's no ward here, I just rip this. Yep. There's no ward here. I'm just gonna rip this. You can use the rock for the extra damage if you want. Yeah, we're just taking over this game. Honestly, this is looking kind of like a forfeit angle for the enemy team, so. Okay, Rampage gets a pick in the mid. It takes a little bit by herself, but, you know, we've got the Fire Blossom damage, and the Fire Blossom is my tanky health option. That is basically my damage. So, alright. Go ahead and smite that. Now we have 2 of those. Rampage walks off. And same thing, his red's probably up. I can keep just playing in his jungle, keep playing off of him. Look, I see that his red is up. He can come fight me if he wants, but the steel's rotating into him. Honestly, I just want to keep controlling his jungle. Nothing they can do to me here. Oops, I don't have a smite, so you can't fight me. Alright. We're gonna ult so we can get an instant rock that I missed. Okay, and now we are overstaying a little bit. We're gonna pop our Razorback, and we're gonna go ahead and run out of this. Maybe a little overzealous from us there. Dodge the rock. Up in the jungle here. Got into the Countess. Get our stun. Then I have... Wait for his jump. Muriel. We can cut the Muriel off. Okay. She's gonna kill her, so I'm gonna throw for the Muriel, which I didn't even have to do. Okay. Alright, now I've got a little bit of pressure on me. He ults. I'm gonna go ahead and use my blink there. He's gonna chase. Not a whole lot he can do here. Gonna turn and fight him, so we have our stun. And we're gonna jump back up on the ledge, and we get that kill. Nice done. Nicely done, Countess. Nicely done. So we're going to walk over here. We're going to base out of here, finish our raiment, and then we're in a pretty solid position. I do need to finish my hunt. That's going to be important. Let's see who's doing good on their team. Really no one, so I can kind of build whatever I want here. So let's look at my build. I have an armor item that has health and mana. I have a health item that has base health regen. So now when you're looking at what do I want my next item to be? Well, it can be another armor item, or it can be a magic resist item, or a magic armor item. They do have a little bit of magic damage, so maybe I'll build an Unbroken Will next. Unbroken Will is going to be like a health and magic armor item that has health regen. So that'll probably be something I look for next, maybe. Or I could go into Stone Wall, or I could, there's plenty of options here. So don't need to have one set build path per se, but more so just know what's available and then kind of be able to look at the game and say, what do I really need? So what do I really need? And honestly, in this position, I could go more aggressive and I could build a damage item. I could build a Draconum or a Citadel or, something like that to give me some damage, but don't really feel like I need it, so rather just be our team's tank, And actually, with Steel in the game, I probably could adjust my build depending on how he's building. Oh, whoa, our Steel's like full damage. Really interesting Steel build. Haven't seen that one before. Alright, same thing. Okay, my hunt's at 40 after hitting some of that. The Muriel flies away. We'll just go ahead and chop down this tower. We'll just go ahead and chop down this tower a little bit. Hit the Drongo. Alright, right out of that. And we just keep the pressure on. There's not really much else for us to do right now. So we just keep the pressure on. We have our carry here. Got our carry here. And we'll go on ahead and look to back up a little bit. So now it's kind of similar thing. We can take jungle. Looks like this is taken. Red buff is coming up. So we can just stay on their side of the map and really starve them out of farm and take things away from them. So this red buff coming back up, that's great for us because we can now take this. I see the Rampage in his camp right here. We're gonna go ahead and take this. Again, my wild hunt is up. I know it does good damage. I don't even need to use it. We literally steal that as he's coming up. Nothing he can do about it. You can't fight me, so flip the wall there. And we have a Fangtooth coming up, so honestly what I should have done is probably just stolen the red, insta-back to buy an item, and then look to be back out on field. So let's get the magic resist and then Stalwart Gauntlets again. So that's more health regen, base health, and then some magic armor. So now we have a little bit of resistances to their Decker, their Lieutenant Bellica, who's not doing a whole lot anyways. And this is Fangtooth 3. So at Fangtooth 3, all we got to do is take over, So we use our Sentry. Nothing here. I'm feeling incredibly confident that I can just rip this with no problems. And there's nothing they can do to me about it, so. Okay. Not too worried about that. Although I am taking quite a bit of damage to this Fangtooth. Oh, I had to hit the feet. I have to. I might have to ult here, but they're going for kills, so... And this is partially your job here, right? Yeah, this is partially your job right here. Alright, 1,000. Smite. Bank 2-3 is ours. Now, it does take much more of a coordinated team effort to get a prime buff. So, you know, going for one of the bigger primes is a little bit more complicated than just being able to solo it. So it takes a bit of, like, pinging and trying to get your teammates there. But realistically, we could set up for prime. Now, I'm a little bit low on health, so what I could do is I could step in jungle, get some of my extra health regen from my passive. Honestly, I kind of do want us to go for Orb Prime. Let's see if our teammates are receptive to that idea. Now we can sweep. I do need our carry though if we're gonna do that probably. I would need more damage because we cannot two-man this. Oh, the ward here. Got it at the end. I'd like to set for it, but we need our carry. So if our carry comes over here, I think we can do it. See, this is a little bit of a slow effort, right? A little bit less coordinated with the Murdoch here. We could definitely do this. Okay. Alright, so go ahead and start this. Do need the heavy DPS, and this thing does do lots of damage, so our Countess is in full assassination mode, so I gotta... Alright, I'm gonna jump back in. Because this does do lots of damage. There you go, shields are nice. Alright, get this low, and a smite. Now this brings tons of regen, so all we have to do is push. Because our teammates have been being, you know, really aggressive. All we gotta do is push here. I could go finish my Unbroken Will and reset, but not feeling necessary. We got lanes and waves pushed where we want them. We got a couple picks down. Our Countess took a bunch of damage, but we have Orb Prime, so she's getting tons of regen. And that's the thing, you want to play smart with this buff. You don't want to just int into them and die. You want to take your time, use it wisely. Use this buff wisely. So I can actually run up here, poke, and if I take a bunch of damage, I can step back and chill. But I think this is probably where we look to end the game here. Alright, look at the Countess. Try to throw a rock for her. Alright. Alright. We're looking to end. We only have the one wave. Okay. Rampage is doing Rampage things. Throw a big stun out on him. The Grux is behind us. I don't even really need to ult. And this is where we end it, boys. Let's get real big. Let's jump up in the air, and let's end the game in the air. Nice. Like we're flying towards them. But friends, that's a little bit about how you play jungle. Decently conservative game for me. Just a little bit living in their jungle. Little thoughts on how I like to build and where I want to go and what I like to do. And honestly, even some of the things that I didn't do perfectly. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like on this video. Subscribe for future Predecessor content. As always, be sure to be kind to one another. Tell someone you love them. And I'll see you on the next video.